Hello, my name is Natalie. This is the Kitchen Sink. I'm with Natalia and I don't know where Casey is, so we have Aliyah.
Hi.
Hi. And today we're talking about Stan Lee.
Yeah. I have personally been putting off talking about this and also just writing an article for the blog because I don't want to accept it. Stan Lee has been, for I feel like everyone in some way, shape, or form, really inspirational to just all of us.
Yep.
Even if you're a nerd or not, you've seen him in some form because you can't hide from those Marvel movies as much as you try to, Natalie.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, yikes. Okay.
Yikes. So in essence, it was just like a really crappy Monday. And it was a horrible way to start off the week. And I just kind of, when I first heard about it, I was like, that's not true. That's not a thing. He's
I heard about it in art class. My professor was just like, so I just looked at the news update and Stan Lee died. And everyone was just like no one said anything. So I was like, I don't know who that is. And I kept painting.
Wow,
Yeah, so my art class is all very,
that sucks.
I was next door in the game room, and like a bunch of these guys were like, Stan Lee died, and I was like, haha, we don't joke about things like that.
Yeah.
And then, like, I looked it up on my phone and I was like, oh my gosh.
I heard
You're right.
read about it in a tweet that someone replied to from Grace Randolph, and someone was like, Stan Lee died, and I'm like, that's incorrect.
Yeah.
That's not true. He's immortal.
Mhm.
Like, that's not the case.
I mean, 95 definitely counts as immortal. these
Yes,
days.
it really does.
What does he used to do?
He was the
educate me,
founder and creator of Marvel Comics.
please. Wait, what?
Yeah,
Like the whole thing?
like the whole thing. My thing with him is that yes, he was incredibly inspirational and like basically immortal. But one thing that I really did love about him is that video that he did where he was like, Marvel has always been I created Marvel so then everyone can see what the world looked like.
Mhm.
And we see all of these people right outside our windows. And the thing that I've always loved about him, I'm gonna cry, is
Oh my God.
X-Men for me has always been my favorite thing.
Yes, same.
Not only because it represented the gays in every sense, because, you know, when you're ostracized, you might as well make a comic about it and have them be superheroes.
Yeah.
Have them have their differences. And
It's all right, take your time. I get it.
Yeah. So thank you for that, Stan Lee. But it is amazing for us to remember him for all of the great and beautiful creations and people and worlds that he's made for all of us. But it's also important to remember that he was also human.
Yeah.
And he made a lot of mistakes. He never credited other creators.
Yeah.
And that was incredibly annoying. And we also talked about that within the first few weeks of our show, where a screenwriter from Aladdin didn't get anything from when the teaser trailer came out.
Because it was like an animated version. That was stupid.
Oh, God, animation is so weird. The animation industry, not animation as a talent.
Yeah.
Animation.
The animation industry, yes. But going back to Stan, he made mistakes. There were accusations that were not, what is the word that I'm looking for? Confirmed.
Yeah, I was
Of
gonna be
him.
like proven. But that didn't sound right.
Yeah, confirmed of him sexually assaulting some. Were they his nurses?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah, and so that again, we hold up all of these celebrities in just such high of a pedestal that when they fall so low with these accusations and also when they die, we only remember them for the good. We never talk about
The bad things.
the bad things because they're not gods.
Mhm.
We hold them up to be that, but they're human. They had made many mistakes and they're not eternal as much as we would like to think. Do you have anything else to say?
Well, in regards to Stan Lee, I know that there was X-Men is my favorite sub area of the Marvel
I
comics
wish the
franchise.
movies were better,
Yeah,
but yes.
the movies are a bit of a letdown, but I know that X-Men stood a lot for like the LGBT community, and as well as like African Americans during the civil rights era, or just being ostracized for something that you couldn't really control.
Yeah.
So me knowing that,
For
that's
being
why,
who you are.
Yeah, that's why I identified with X-Men the most. And like I've never been a super comic book fan. I'm the youngest of 3. I've got 2 older brothers, so it was them that the interest trickled down to me. But X-Men was always just like such a thing for my heart. So I was never like, I've never held Stan Lee up to like a super high pedestal, like other than him being the man of behind Marvel Comics. I
precisely.
knew him for the him,
cameos and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
him for in his nurses.
Yes.
The sexual assault sort of thing situation going on there. So like, but with him dying, I just feel like even if you might not be a Marvel fan or like a comic book sort of nerd, like our lovely Natalie over there,
we still love you.
Yeah,
Yay.
it's like
I know other stuff.
there's just like, you have to give it to like trailblazers, you know? Like there are people that set the curve in their area of their talent, and like what, like we're never gonna have another Marvel Comics. Like there's never going to be another company franchise that can like step up to that. I feel
and
like
also
Stan
have the
Lee
same kind of a face.
Yeah.
He was the face of Marvel.
Yeah,
It's
like he did that. So you've got to give it to him for that. Like that's like with his death, I'm just thinking like, when I had found out that he died, you know, everyone puts like Instagram or Snapchat up of like, you know, rest in peace. And I put like a true trailblazer left us.
Oh, I saw that.
Because that's what he is, you know? Like that's what he did. And I just think about it like, even if like he screwed up in his life, and I don't excuse whatever.
You can't.
Yeah, there's no way that you can excuse that. I'm just thinking like, to die at such an old age, which is already in of itself such a lovely thing, because like a lot of people don't get to be the age that we are right now. But to die at such an old age after doing so much, you know, like he's always going to be known for this. He's dying with this notoriety, and I just think that like, you know, like it's just so great. Like even like, like there's no way to excuse the horrible things he's done, but it's just like, this is the kind of death life that everyone sort of wants, you know? Like you want that kind of recognition. To be, his name was on the #1 worldwide on Twitter for all of Monday. Yeah. You want to have that kind of hold on the world. Yeah. Yeah. And I think like he did what he came to do, which is amazing. Yes. And he's died, and like, you know, there's comic book fans all over the world, whether they be the most male casual or female, because or non-binary, you know, like let's not put like, because you know, fake comic girls, whatever, things that like guys like to say sometimes re-exist. Yeah, like it's just, he had such a large following, and like such like there's like such a respect for him even after he died. Everyone's just like, man, the first time I read an Avengers or a Thor or like an Iron Man or like something from him, like it just, he had like such an impact, even if like we don't know his direct impact on us, he still had some sort of impact some way or another. Yeah. I just think like that's dope, you know? Yes. Wow. So Excelsior. Yep. Stanley. Excelsior Stanley.
That's a good way to end that one. Yeah.